Raghav, tell me, how is AI changing what customers expect from networks?
I think the first thing is the network economy is changing from an area where we transmitted a lot of data to transferring tokens and intelligence over these networks. And so there's a fundamental shift in architecture that we will have to traverse through as we go forward to accommodate moving not only data, but also adding intelligence and information and inferencing it right at the edge.
Talk to me for a quick second about what differentiates Nokia's approach for customers in the AI era.
That's a great question. I think if you think about moving information and moving intelligence right up to the consumers or enterprises, you've got to have a broad end-to-end portfolio that cuts across not only the mobility side of things, but also the core as well as the IP and transport. And the combination of all of these is actually what delivers the final customer experience. And so we are very fortunate that we have the broadest portfolio in the market space that allows us to really provide deterministic performance, which is what is really necessary in this new architecture as we go forward.
Why is Nokia prioritizing co-creation and partnerships rather than the traditional vendor approach?
I think it's about the pace of innovation. It's really, in the past, you'd go through an RFP process and look at the requirements and then respond to it. But the pace of innovation that AI has created has completely changed in the way we need to, work with our customers, where we have to sit down with them much early in the cycle to determine the roadmaps and things that they're trying to accomplish, and then to co-create that in a very accelerated manner. And you can't do that, if you don't sit down in a co-creation model of really trying to determine what the business outcomes they're looking for, how to make the architecture changes and shifts in technology through an RFP process that is a very elongated process. So it's the pace of innovation and the pace of change of how we have to adapt to this is what's causing the big shift around this whole notion of co-creation with our customers.
I heard you mention business outcomes. So how does Nokia translate that innovation into an actual business outcome?
Yeah, I think that's great because technology is a means, and so we are really focused on saying is to how does the customer experience change? How does the business outcomes of the business that we're serving achieve the KPIs that they're trying to achieve? And at the end of the day, those are measurable things that we sit down with our customers to make sure, because at the end of the day, for the physical AI piece, you have to provide very deterministic performance to be able to achieve the business outcomes of the enterprise that they're trying to work with. So we are very, very focused in making sure that we understand the business outcomes, the customer experience metrics that are necessary, the technology must deliver to those. And so, bandwidth, deterministic performance, low latency capabilities, these are things that actually deliver those business outcomes that are necessary for industries, enterprises, as well as consumers.